Don't do anything I wouldn't do, or don't do anything you don't want your mom to see. And so yeah, so I wanted to I'm going to be doing a presentation, but also I kind of wanted to make it pretty open in terms of asking questions. I want it to be kind of a town hall-ish sort of presentation, so feel free to jump in and ask questions. I absolutely love questions. The things I'm going over, they are going to be pretty basic for some people, and they're going to be completely new for others. So it depends on how much you've played around with YouTube, how much you've uploaded videos, and things like that. But hopefully there's something new here for everyone. But if you haven't really played around with YouTube a lot, this is going to be really useful. It kind of covers a lot of the basics and a little bit more. But yes, questions. I absolutely love questions. So please just write your messages in the chat or raise your hand. Or if I miss your message, just raise your hand and write in the chat, and then I'll look down there and see it. All right. So this presentation actually follows the ebook I wrote for Edufire about YouTube. So if you have that already and you've read it, it'll kind of go along those same lines, but hopefully there'll be a lot of questions as well that make it a little bit different. So I'll be sharing the ebook at the end of this presentation. Alrighty, so let's see. Next slide. Alright, so just to start off, content is king. The web went through this kind of funny transition where back when the web was pretty lame and just had a lot of text, of course content was king then. What you wrote, back then it was what you wrote only, but what you wrote was the most important thing, so it has to be good content, etc., etc. But then the web kind of started moving in this other phase where there's all these graphical things, like Flash came out. You remember, it doesn't happen so much anymore, but like at a lot of websites, maybe like 5, 6, 7 years ago, they'd always have this Flash intro that you'd have to watch, and it was the most infuriating thing, at least to me. And so that's kind of when content kind of got kicked off to the side, and it was all about graphics, Flash, things like that. But now that that's kind of run its course, content is really coming back, and so good content really is key if you want people to watch your videos and if you want it to spread around the internet. So basically what I say about this is just really put a little bit of time into your videos. People make videos different ways, and I'm going to be as general as I can about this because I know people do different things with their videos, but at least think about your video before you record it. I personally write notes. I do like a bullet point type thing. I don't write out an entire script, but that might work for some people as well. So do whatever you need to do so you sound prepared, so there's not a lot of dead space in your videos. If you're doing a one shot, just kind of know what you say you're gonna say. And being unique is really important. There's tons of stuff out on the internet, as most of you probably know. You search for something, you'll find everything you're searching for, and that's why it's really important to try to be unique and try to provide some sort of original content, and even more importantly, to be focused, because when people are searching on the internet, they don't search for something really broad in general. They're often searching for something really, really specific, and there's hundreds and thousands of people looking for that really specific thing. And this is something that a lot of people make a mistake about, in terms of like just making a really general title or making a video that's really general. That doesn't really cover anything that people are really looking for. So try to be really unique and specific. So for example, like if you're teaching German, maybe you'd want to make a video about like how to say hello in German. That's really short, it's really simple, and it's really specific. And hundreds and thousands of people are looking for it, and it'll also make you stand out among search results because fewer people are doing it. And so, yes, DJ, how I spent my life, maybe not a good subject, and maybe if you're famous you could pull that off. And so really what this is all about is, on YouTube, is becoming an authority. And by becoming an authority, I mean just like becoming someone that people look to as someone who knows their stuff and is a resource in a particular niche. And when you're making videos, the best thing to do, I think, is to choose a niche and stick with it. Like, for example, my YouTube channel, Tofugu, is all about learning Japanese culture and language. So even that right there is a little bit general because I'm covering a couple things, but it works pretty well. So finding that niche and then actually researching your niche. So find out the other people and what they're doing, and then claiming your place, and then staying on that path is really important, because people join or subscribe to your channel because yes, thanks DJ. Becoming an authority in your area and sticking with it is really important, because people subscribe to you because you know they originally like what you're doing. If you change that, then people are going to unsubscribe from you, and you're going to be kind of recycling, I guess, or changing your user base. And that's not something you want to do. You want to grow your user base. And then, once again, it's just all about content. So if you have good videos, people will find you and people will watch you. And I wish I had an easy way to tell you how to make good videos, but you know, really, that's all up to you. And if you put time in your videos, if you practice and get better, then you'll get better, and more people will watch you. And that's just basically how it works. Yeah, and what Tina said, if you change your content, use a new account. That's definitely, I totally agree with that. I have 3 personal YouTube accounts where I do 3 different things. So a long time ago, I used to have 2 of those lumped into one, and then I split them up. And people got a little bit angry, but I had my reasons, and it's worked out much better. So yeah. All right, next slide. Any questions about this slide first, actually? Feel free to type them in. I'm going to keep on moving here since we're recording this, but feel free to ask a question. So, your video. These are just, I guess, general tips that everyone can utilize when making a video, and it'll hopefully make your video a little bit better. So, talking confidently. If you watch all the really good YouTubers out there, so like hit the top 100 list, all these people talk very confidently. Some of them are kind of jerks. In fact, a lot of them are. At least they sound that way on camera. So there's kind of I think there's kind of a fine line where you have to sound confident and just a little bit like a jerk, but not enough for people to dislike you. And so it's really important to be confident, to know what you're saying, and part of that is making a script, if you. Or bullet points to help you through and to know what you're talking about. If you don't look like you know what you're talking about, at least people aren't going to believe you. You're not going to become an authority in your section. And yeah, so ways to do this: you can talk louder. You don't want to talk softly, otherwise you know, you sound like shy or like you don't know what you're talking about. But don't yell, on the other hand. And so some people will need this more than others. Some people are more quiet already. And like I said, plan what you're going to say. And actually, one trick I learned watching Oprah, the only time I've ever seen Oprah, was the wine cork trick. And let's see if I have a wine. I don't think I have a wine cork around here. But it's basically you take the wine cork, the tall ways, and you put it between your teeth. So when you do that, it actually it kind of rests, or it stretches out, I guess, the muscles like right around here in your jaw. And part of that, it makes it so your mouth can move a little bit better. But on the other hand, it also tricks your brain into thinking that you're more relaxed. So yes, DJ, hanging out wineries is very important. So yeah, if you put a wine cork here, stretch out these, it tricks your mind. You know, it loosens these muscles that when you are tense and you are nervous, they kind of clench down. So by stretching those out, it tricks your mind into thinking that you're not nervous and more confident. Another trick is to actually wiggle your toes while you're talking. I might be doing that right now. I might not. You'll never know because I'm on video. So that's another thing. It keeps your mind off of being nervous. So it's not as bad when you're taking video, but people get nervous. I get nervous even. So it's it's just a couple of tricks before I film a video.